The theme is Miami Energy, so that is there are going to be some fun snacks in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
While we're at that, we might as well just not, we have some, one of these student business, the ones who, put something in the bag, could you stand?
Hey guys, I'm Isa. I made your t-shirts from All In Apparel by Isa. There's also a QR code you can scan to order if you ever need custom apparel for your business, for your anything. Thank you.
Yes, I'm Luke and Lander. My business is LO Bites. I made the little lemon raspberry white chocolate cookie in the bag. I do a lot of markets here in Miami. I just try to make unique baked goods with flavors that you recognize but with a twist.
Thank you.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm Love Snackery. I make fun snack bundles for events. So.
And we have two student business that's in there. We have a young lady by the name of Nicole. She made this custom pins. So if you have an event and you need something specifically made, she actually puts these pins together real quick. We have a young man by the name of Yassine who actually 3D printed those phone holders that says money. So if you need special quick branding for your company, give him a call. He CADs it out. The turnarounds are really fast. So, now, before we start, since we're on there, I want to just maybe have our judges just go around, introduce yourself, your business, quick little history about what you do and stuff like that.
Good morning, my name is Kevin, 31 years old, full-time police officer down here in the area. My side business, I do coffee. So I contact farmers from Haiti, Colombia, Brazil. Sometimes I fly out. I flew my brother out to Brazil recently to go ahead and meet up some people in Brazil. Being that I was tied up by work, I couldn't go. And I try to bring the most fresh coffee down to all the businesses down here, whether it's private events, restaurants, cafes. We try to do it all. We roast. I roast at home. I have a private studio that I turn into a coffee shop, more or less, and I roast anything that's 1 or 2 days before your order gets shipped out. And that's what I do. We make everyday benefits, animal conservation. With my company, I was able to secure, right now we have 4 nonprofits under on our list that gets monthly donations from a big corporation called EPW Lab. They make multivitamin chewables for animals, joint pain, calming, nausea, senior chewables, and I'm in the process now of partnering with Monkey Jungle down in Homestead to get those experimental monkeys some vitamins to live out the rest of their years more comfortable and healthy. So that's what we're doing now.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Fernanda. I'm one of the founders of Slingshot Marketplace. And what that means is we aim to motivate young entrepreneurs like you to understand the value of their ideas and turn them into action. So we've been hosting marketplaces, young entrepreneurs marketplaces, for the past 8 years around Miami. And what we find is that creativity, we give schools an outlet to bring their curriculum to our marketplaces. We find that young entrepreneurs like it because, first of all, they make money. Second of all, we provide the tools in case they want to host a marketplace at their school. And also we cover volunteer hours in a very entrepreneurial atmosphere. So if Ale lets me, you guys are all invited. Our next marketplace, it's this Saturday, March 14, in Pinecrest. And that's exactly what we have. Kids who do t-shirts, cookies, the pins, and it's really fun. It's a free family event, so we usually get the schools, the local businesses, the whole community involved to support you guys to start growing and learning in a hands-on experience. So, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kat Harris, and my company is Harris Public Relations. So it is a small boutique public relations company. We manage the PR for elected officials, small businesses, entertainers, sports figures, special events. So I've been doing this since way before you were born. I just realized that this is our 30th year. my 30th year in business. So I applaud you for this process. It is the most amazing experience. It's the hardest journey that you'll ever take. But when you, at the end of the day, no matter how tired you are, no matter how frustrated, it's your own, you know, so there's just some kind of pleasure that you get from working for yourself that you may or may not get when you're working for somebody else. So I wish you all the best of luck, and if you need a PR company, holla.
Yes.
Great.
Hi everyone, my name is Tanya. I'm the chief of staff at a consulting firm called Lab 22C. So we work with founders scaling in the tech ecosystem, but my biggest claim to fame is being in this exact room when I met these two lovely young people with their idea. I saw their first pitch and I saw them grow to where they are right now, helping you guys out. So that's my biggest joy, and I'm excited to hear from all of you.
You're officially baptized our founding mother.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Evelyn Vigestain. I probably have the most boring of all the judges' jobs. I'm a senior investment strategist and a large global asset manager. So I'm more focused on the investment side, what to do with your portfolio, how to think about your overall wealth, how to manage your assets once you become big, successful entrepreneurs. And I've ventured into entrepreneurship as well. In the past, I had a matcha business with a friend. I had a translation company at one point or another, but corporate America kind of consumed me, unfortunately. And I'm so excited to be here today, and good luck, everyone. You guys are awesome.
Making sure all the investments are working.
So good morning, my name is Ray Paris. I'm one of the founder and creator of Movez, and I have my co-founder coming up, Alejandra. And our story is unique. I was in the class doing this project about a year ago, and I told my students, I say, you know what, I created many businesses, but I say, I'm gonna create a business to show you that anything is possible. And I said, on September, I'm gonna make a business called Money Move Cookie Cook. I went through the whole process. And by October, December, we were to have prototypes, launch, everything ready to go. And while I was doing this, Alejandra came in the room and she was like, what are you guys doing? What's happening here? I think she was doing a presentation for Junior Achievers.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is crazy, I need to be on this. And I say, man, I like your vibe, let's make it happen. And then we connected and we started growing. And my thing is just, I've been doing this for quite some time. I've been teaching for 27 years. Woo. And I say that my best reward is when I see kids come back, or I see them out there in the world, they say, Mr. Paris, I'm making moves. I'm doing some big things. And Alejandra has the same passion, love, and drive. When I say, go get her, you look it up in the dictionary, you see my girl. Just making moves no matter what. And we just have the same spirit and energy, and we just go forward. On that note, we're gonna kind of walk you through. I'm gonna give you a quick overview, and then we're gonna jump right in. Alejandra's gonna go into the actual judges' rubrics. You get to understand the process. Again, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Money Move Cook-Off. Today's more than just a competition. It's a celebration of ideas, courage, and young entrepreneurs bold enough to step in and take risks. Today, our students, we're not just presenting a business plan. You're about to present your vision, you're about to present discipline, and you're about to present your future. Entrepreneurs take heart, they problem solve. They take confidence by saying, you know what, I got an idea, and I'm gonna believe in it when no one else does. As today, every single one of us has proven that we're willing to take that risk. To our judges, thank you again for your presence. Thank you for your time, because that matters. I know we have busy schedules. Again, your support tells the students that their training deserves a real attention and real opportunity, especially in the time that we live in. We are scheduled to take a look at some amazing young people, which kind of connects to Women's History Month. It's kind of unique because this month, a lot of the young ladies, and we have some gentlemen also, but they stepped up to the plate. This is out of a class of, I would say, 50 students that competed. You're seeing the top of the top 10 kids present today. Today, many of our presenters are young ladies who are leaders, who've taken on leadership roles, ownership roles, and innovation roles. Their strengths and resilience, intelligence, and determination is a welcome proof that the future deserves a bold and brilliant mindset. Now, I'm gonna pass it on to my special person, and she's gonna jump right into our rubric, give you an overview of how this works. Sounds like a plan? How's it moving? Oh, we got this special thing.
Oh, okay.
It came in yesterday from Amazon.
We're waiting.
Well, again, thank you guys for being here today. I believe your role is as essential as these students to create their businesses and inspire them to dream big, just like we did at the beginning. So thank you for being here again. Our sole purpose with Money Moves is really just to teach the next generation and giving them the confidence to succeed into today's very dynamic and competitive and moving world. So we're here and we found that financial literacy is one of the best ways to do that. So help us to grow this and have all the children in Miami-Dade and hopefully the US take part in this Money Moves experience and grow together. So your role as a judge, and I get to discuss the boring stuff as always. Ray is the motivator and I'm here to discuss the work. We really appreciate your constructive feedback for these students as they try to improve and hopefully bring these ideas to life. And your role here today is just to evaluate the presentations and determine who the winners are going to be. The competition format is basically they have 5 strict minutes to pitch their ideas. The judges will have 2 minutes to deliver it on Q&A, and then at the end we'll just huddle up and decide who the first, second, third place winner is, but no pressure because they actually get cash prizes. So the students are excited about that, I bet. What to look for is how did they budget the 100K inheritance scenario that we lay out for them in the program. What's their investment rationale? Is it a good idea to invest in it? Their creativity and innovation, of course. Is their business idea clear? Were you able to understand what problem they're solving? Their financial understanding, is the business actually financially viable to invest in and to move forward with? Their confidence and communication skills, and how relevant is it for the real world, and are they able to scale this, right? So you'll receive, okay, I'll pass that on now, but you'll receive, these are your rubrics. I think you have about 10 of these sheets. So each sheet would be one of the business ideas, and feel free to just jot down between 1 to 4 how would you would rate them in the different pillars that I just discussed. And at the end, we'll use the sheet on the right to discuss which one is the first, second, third place. And that's your role. So thank you for being here, and then let's get it started.
Just wanted to mention something on this slide here, guys. Judges, at the end, we're usually give you some time to actually fill in, but feedbacks are good. The students get this document back. But this is the one that you want to keep track on. You might realize, you know, oh, this number 1 was pretty good, you know. Or you might say, man, oh my gosh, number 5 really took this. So right here is where you do your notes, because it speeds up the process when we get in the room to discuss. You already know who you want, your 2 is going to be. Our first person
Hi, my name is Daniela Araujo. This is my business idea. Up next. First, we're going to start off with a $100,000 allocation. Yes. I put 25% into my business. 25% into my investments, and then 50% into my personal budget. In the following slides, I'll be showing you what I do with each, but here's a little overview of, like a little summary of each. Why are they plugging back? I don't know.
It's okay, you're the first one.
Here, okay. My strategy is to grow my money long term and have a diverse portfolio with a lot of financial stability while I'm still young, so I can keep growing that and have the money for when I'm older. The next slide I'll be showing you these are the companies that I'll be investing in, but in the following I'll be showing, oh no, what is happening? Okay. Meta and Eventbrite are both like platform-based companies. They are kind of volatile, but they offer a bigger upside. And then we have Apple and Microsoft, which are well-established technology companies, but they are they're more stable. Yes. And Coca-Cola and iShares are more broad and they're worldwide and they do provide a good return. Okay, with the 50% that I go into my personal budget, I would apply the 50-30-20 rule and give 50% to my needs, 30% into my wants, and then 20% into my savings. Okay. Now let's get into what we're here for, which is my business Up Next. It is a teen-focused platform that teens can find opportunities that are interest-driven, affordable, and community-centered. The problem is that teens they struggle to find opportunities that are local and affordable, and platforms aren't really centered towards them. Up Next, though, is interest-driven, it is community-focused, and it is also budget-focused. So it is it's for teens. The secret sauce is that it's made for teens by a teen. It's interest-driven, and it encourages community involvement. The target market is teens. So we're starting in Miami, but I'm hoping to spread. And it's teens that value involving and they want to experience getting involved in their communities and working and just experiencing life and getting involved in things, learning new things, and that they value safety and being budget friendly. I would market this through social media, TikTok and Instagram for teens, and then Facebook and X for businesses that want teen involvement. And we also offer we partner with schools and communities and community centers and offer a $4.99 premium that would offer, the $4.99 premium would give you more opportunities, early alerts, and just premium. It's a premium. Yeah. I'm a sophomore in the acting track of New World, and I also like trying new things, which is why I make this business, because I struggled with finding opportunities that I wanted to participate in near me. I plan to graduate from New World and then continue in the same path in the performing arts, acting in particular, in a college that has those programs such as NYU. I have a savings account in the Bank of America. My current status in Up Next is that it's currently still in the development stage, but I hope to start marketing and release the app for testing and have it released. This is some of the features that the app has, and that's a QR code for the prototype if you want to test that out. And that's basically it. Thank you so much.
Judges, you have 2 minutes to fill out your document.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you give us the what it is up front?
Up Next?
Like how would you, if someone asked you give me 30 seconds, what this is and why, how would you communicate that?
I would say it's a teen-focused platform that that encourages teens to find opportunities near them for them that they want to do. And it is encouraging teens to pursue what they like in a friendly and safe way that isn't too expensive or too far and very accessible for them.
Okay. So it's like recreational activities or community involvement and things like that.
Jobs, classes, and clubs, and
I think that's your phrase.
Yes.
Like your line, jobs, classes, and clubs.
Yes.
Okay.
structure, how did you come up with 499 per video? How do we get that magic number?
I thought since the app focuses on being affordable, I wanted it to be something that wasn't too high because, well, this is marketed towards teens, and most teens, if they're looking for a job, they maybe don't have that kind of money. But if they want more focused things, more early alerts, they really, really want something, they would be willing to pay that number. And it's not too high, it's not too low, and it's monthly, the premiums. So that would add up to about $60 a year, which I think that's a pretty good number for one person if they're really, really looking for it. And businesses, if they want me to market them, I would also be getting that money from them. Yes.
Where, thank you for this, Nina, that's amazing. Where do teens, I'm not a teen anymore, but where do teens get this information now? Like where do you receive information about things that they wanna do, jobs, events, like where are they getting that information from now?
For me, I made this business because I struggle to find these opportunities myself, because when you look it up, say on Google, like say I was looking for a singing classes near me, it's very broad and it's not necessarily very like what I want to do. Like normally I look through social media apps or just Google it, and it's not very centered towards teen, or it's very teen friendly, and it's kind of messy to look through there because you get a lot of like some places pay to get their sites more promoted higher up in the searching websites, and it's not necessarily what's good for what you're looking for. So that's why I made the app, so it's all very centered, it's very simple, very easy to use.
Thank you. That concludes our questions.
Test it out? Okay, I think that's good. Yeah. Okay. Well, hello everyone, good morning. Okay. Sorry, I'm eager.
Yes,
Making moves.
we love to see it.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Nicolette Aranya-Sorikian, and this is my business Trust Point. Alright, so what would I do if I received 100K? First, I would put $45,000 into the app's development, I'd put $30,000 into the content and fact-checking of the app, and then finally I'd put $25,000 into the marketing and launch of the app. Okay, so as for my investment allocation, I chose these following companies: Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and NVIDIA. And the reason I chose them is because Apple and Microsoft are industry leaders, Google and Amazon have a digital infrastructure, and then NVIDIA is an AI infrastructure leader, and it also heavily aligns with the trust verification system within my app. Okay, as for my budgeting plan, I chose to do the 50-30-20 rule, so needs would be like the app's development and content and fact-checking. Wants would be like living expenses, because I'm a human and I have to live, and then savings would be like emergency fund and future growth. Okay, so what is TrustPoint? So my slogan is clarity in a world full of noise, and TrustPoint is a digital news platform that delivers transparent, unbiased information with transparent sourcing and bias indicators. Alright, so the problem and opportunity. The problem I identified is that a lot of people become overwhelmed with the sheer amount of misinformation and bias we have in our media today, and it's genuinely really time consuming to find credible news sources, and without truth in our news loses its purpose entirely, and I think this will lead to a much more divided society and polarized society in general. So it's a huge problem. And so the opportunity I identified is creating an app that would give you a different influx of like articles that would tell you if the information in the article is politically leaning a specific way, or if there's bias within an article, or if it's credible at all. So it would be an AI-powered fact-checking and bias detecting app, and I would have partnerships with like journalists, and because I know some people don't really fully trust AI to like tell them everything, so that's why I would have journalists and journalists and real humans sort of navigating you through that process. Okay, so my unique value proposition is that it would be a verified global news platform. It has bias transparency indicators, and it would also have a side-by-side perspective comparison. See that here? And then my secret sauce is that it has a trust verification engine. So that would be AI-supported fact comparison and bias detection labeling. And then I also wanted to talk about an additional feature I had within my app, and it would be called Happy News. So a lot of the news that we consume today is negative, and if one day you decide that you want to take a break from the negativity, you can select the Happy News option, and you can still stay informed, so you don't have to be ignorant, but you can consume some happy news. Okay. Okay, so the target market. So geographically, it would be a global digital audience, and then I was looking at like 15 to 60-year-olds, just anyone who's really interested in transparent news, which should be everyone, I think, and just people who value truth, and like daily news checkers. So we're looking at people who are like online a lot, which is the majority of us. Okay, so my marketing plan, the way I would gain awareness is by launching targeted social media ads on different platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And then you could download it via the App Store, Google Play, or you can access it via the TrustPoint website. And then retention, I'd like to send notifications with like personal news updates and also like award users for active engagement in the app. And then, so this is my cost structure. For my selling price, I ended up with $5.99 for the selling price. My break even, you can see there, my fixed expenses would total out to $4.95. And then you can see my startup and emergency. And so as for my qualifications, I have a 4.4 GPA. I've always been an honors student, and I'm currently taking a lot of AP classes. I have experience self-running a business. I was assistant stage manager at MSP. I have strong leadership skills, and I have dual citizenship. And I've also been in theater for a large part of my life, so I feel like that gives me great communication skills and public speaking skills. And so for future plans, this summer I plan on attending the University of Miami Pre-College, so I would get college credits through that. And then I also have a 4+ year savings account with Bank of America. And then for growth and future vision, short term I would like to reach 5,000 users and build social media presence. And then long term I'd like to expand globally and add like a bunch of different features and hit like 1 million users and partner with major media outlets. And I'd like to become the industry standard for verified news. And yeah, that's TrustPoint. You can scan this QR code for a prototype if you want to see it. Questions?
So I have a question. So in a landscape where journalists and media outlets are downsizing, just talk to us about, you said you would collaborate with the journalists in terms of the information that you're verifying.
Yes. So I would like to have AI chat boxes, but I know some people don't really they wouldn't like to put their full trust in that. So I would have human verification systems. You can see that here. I have an example. And basically it would be people identifying if what's in the article is credible or not. So you can have a human, navigator there as well. Yes.
And is there a subscription-based program, or is this something that I can just hop online, look at it, and free roam your appetite?
So it would be based on the initial purchase, which would be $5.99, and from there on, that's what you're paying. But if you want, you can select a premium feature, and that would be additional, features within the app. But it is just the initial purchase. It isn't a monthly subscription or anything.
It's a one-time purchase of $5.
Yes, I wanted to make it as accessible as possible because I think it's very, we need truth in our news today. So.
What did you range it until 60 years old?
That was just a general range. I know that it truly is anyone who's just interested in transparent news. That was just a general 15 to 60 years old.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
arrows.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sahara, and this is my Money Moves Cook-Off presentation, Task App, Learn More, Earn More. So let's put the money into Money Moves, my $100,000 allocation. I would be putting 50% into personal usage, 25% into investments, which we will get into in the next slide, and 25% into my business, which we'll obviously go through. So my investment allocation, we're going to do 45% to dividend stocks, 45% to growth stocks, and 10% to sustainable, future-focused stocks. And these are the names. So my investment rationale, you would label me a moderate investor. There are specific reasons why I chose each of these stocks, but if I sum it up into two reasons, it would be these two things. First, all of them have the similar motivations and beliefs that my business has that align with me. And secondly, it basically rounds out my portfolio so that I have continuous and consistent growth. So my budgeting plan, if I had $3,000 as my income, which is in my 25% of my business, what would I do with it? Well, I would use the 50, 30, 20 rule, and you can see the details below. So I'm going to get honest with you guys for a moment. I believe that technology is becoming a cancer on the youth, when it doesn't have to be. I think that we can develop a balanced relationship with technology without completely taking it away or giving unlimited access. I think we need to bring that back, and that's what Task App is all about. So what is the problem? So this is just a statistic. 69% of kids in 4th grade and 70% in 8th grade do not meet their regular reading levels. If I could direct you to this chart, you can see mathematics is going down, reading going down, science going down. This is from the year 2022 and onward, and the numbers keep getting lower. My solution? Task App is going to be turning screen time into a reward by motivating kids to complete their learning responsibility-based tasks before they can unlock their device. So my value proposition. So kids are basically going to be earning their screen time through fun educational tasks. Parents get help managing screen use. I know the main problem with parents is that they don't have the time because they're working or they have too much going on to monitor the device. So this would help them with that. And it turns learning into a reward. So the secret sauce. I am an older sister and babysitter. I gamify the experience through avatars, coins, and achievements, which you can see in my demo. And we promise a worry-free dynamic between parents, children, and screens. So my target market. Geographically, it's going to be urban and suburban areas in the United States. My demographic, so the customer is going to be parents ages 28 to 45, and consumer is going to be children 4 to 14. My psychographic is tech-friendly families, and the behavior is that they're willing to pay for an online subscription. So my cost structure. So I made $15 a month because that's the same price as 2 cups of coffee. You saw that. It's $5.25 to make, so we get a $9.75 profit. So my fixed expenses are going to be $1,000 a month, which you can see the details there. My break even is 103 subscriptions per month, which is great because Netflix is like 2 million subs per month, so if we can really get it out there, it's a lot of profit. And the startup cost is going to be $22,000, and you can see the reason below. So my qualifications. I have a 4.3 GPA, I have 100 community service hours, I'm a nifty finalist of the summer business program, I have connections with app developers so I can actually get this off the ground. I've taken a bunch of business-related and government-related classes, and I'm the 6-year owner of Love Snackery, which you have samples for, who saved over $10,000. So my KPIs are going to be retention rate, monthly revenue, task completion rate, and parent reviews. My educational growth. So what my plan is to graduate high school, since I'm only a junior right now, and then go to one of these 5 colleges with a degree in business management. My goals. So my personal goal is to graduate high school and attend college, which is going to be basically building a foundation for long-term success. And then my business goal is to grow Task App into a household name. So thank you so much. This is a QR code for a prototype and my resume. Before, I just want to end us off with just a final statement. Everyone says that children are the future, and that statement could not be any more true. And I believe that this could be the solution, and we cannot continue to fail our children. So help me in being the solution.
Thank you for that. Can you tell us more about your marketing? How would you get this?
Yes. So I did have a marketing slide, I don't know where it is.
Okay.
But so basically what my plan was, have you seen the ABC Mouse
Yes.
ads where kind of like on children's TV, you see like those ads come up because parents are watching them kind of in the background. So I definitely want to do ads in both TV but also just Instagram, going into blogs, like parent blogs and putting that out there. But yeah, that's basically
Facebook mom groups.
Thank you.
I have a question about your age demographics. I think the cutoff was 48.
Yes.
Or was it? Okay.
For parents?
Yes.
Yeah. But
How
that
did
was
you come?
basically
I was gonna ask you with the fact that a lot of parents are becoming older, or people are becoming older parents. What would you possibly increase it to once you did maybe a little bit more research on that?
honestly, like I've heard probably like around maybe in the 50s or maybe 55, 60 maybe, because yeah, parents are definitely getting older. Thank you for
But
that.
still feeling young.
Right.
Like, come on now. Any other questions? Well, thank you so much, ladies, for the
Thank you.
advice. I'll definitely be applying that.
Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Is there a remote? Oh, it's up there? Good morning, judges. Let me just figure out this is something. Okay. Good morning. My name is Emily Velasco, and I would like to welcome you guys to Still, your pocket of calm. But first, how would I invest $100,000? Well, I'd invest $50K to my personal, $25 to my investments, and $25 to my business. You can see a couple rundowns there. So what 5 stocks would I invest in? Apple, Microsoft, MedPace Holdings, Meta, and Alphabet, which is Google. So you might think, what is MedPace Holdings? Well, I'll go deeper into that in the next slide. So MedPace Holdings is a clinical research leader, and it has a high demand in healthcare, which aligns with values of my app, which is why I invested in it. And Apple has a predictable cash flow and aligns with my values in health and wellness. So how would I invest in my personal budgeting plan? Here, there's a couple examples. 10K to my emergency fund, 7K to personal and career development, 6,000 to living and lifestyle expenses, just for a couple examples. Next slide. Purpose. So what is Still? Still is a mental wellness app so that you can take control of your own life. As you can see, I want to make mental wellness simple and affordable, support consistency, balance, and long-term well-being, and provide simple, distraction-free tools for daily stress and focus. And it was designed by a student for students. So, what's the problem? Currently, we are facing a mental health crisis. So, I feel like social media has really caused a lot of us to feel really self-conscious, and there's a lot of issues now going on with personal mental health. And the catalyst for me creating this app was actually my sister. She was recently diagnosed with depression, and I wanted to help her take back control of her life. So, what's the opportunity? Personalized mental health tools, original sounds, and guided meditations. I want to talk a bit about original sounds. I'm a musician and a composer, and for my meditations, I really wanted to write music that was relaxing. Value proposition. Here's my problem and solution. So here's a couple benefits, and my market feedback was 82% of surveyed teens wanted a personal and non-judgmental app, and 9 out of 10 test users felt more calm after the first week, which is crazy. So secret sauce, I have a mood tracker and kind of a graph where you can see like which days you tend to be more focused, which days you tend to feel better, so that you can really do some self-reflection. And the way we collect that data is using a journal, and you can just say how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way. Here's a little graph for a couple similar apps. You can see my app checks all the boxes. So what's my target market? Anyone can use it, but I was primarily marketing towards teens from 13 to 19 who live in like suburban areas and attend school. And how am I gonna get this app out? I was planning on reaching out to young influencers and to schools and partner with them so that I could really have like a personal connection with students. And so this is my business model, $4.99 a month. Startup cost is $4,000, fixed expenses are $300 a month. And these are my qualifications. I'm a high school senior. I have a 4.7 GPA. I've taken 9+ AP classes. I think I'm at 12 now. I've been a violinist for 10 years and a composer. And these are my short and long-term goals. I'm planning on transitioning successfully into college and to scale still to support long-term mental health well-being. And that's it. Thank you.
How would you compare still to calm?
So the way in which I compared Still to Calm was just kind of the way in which they work. I feel like they have like similar premises, but I feel like my app just has more of like a team-focused design and like more like integration with your routine and mood, which I really didn't see in any other app. And I also found it to be like really expensive, especially for young people. Even though anyone can use my app, I just feel like young people would prefer a more affordable app.
So you mentioned that you would market to affluent communities, and you, how did you come up with that determination? And
Yeah,
what
well,
does that mean exactly?
I think it could go to anyone. I didn't necessarily mean like affluent, but I just thought of like just the baseline like student who I think would be privileged enough to like have like access to like having a cellular device, because I feel like a lot of kids who are like more poor like can't really access that, and I would definitely love to branch more into that as Still grows and have like in-person community programs with schools.
What would you, sorry.
So, in my field, right, as a pricing convention officer, doing it for maybe 3 or 4 years now, right?
Mhm.
You ever thought about branching into partnering like local hospitals, juvenile shelters that we have around the area that, you know, they come from broken homes, sad experiences that will probably benefit and stuff like this?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think this would be super helpful for like anybody. I think the progress tracker would really help like kind of just document your own like experiences and like how you're feeling and when you tend to like have more like anxiety.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome. This is Spotlight, and my name is Isa, an artist outlet to success. So, where would I invest $100,000? I would first off start with $25,000 into creator platforms and AI-driven stocks, $25,000 into my personal budget for founder stability, and $50,000 into my business, paid partners, affiliates, and sponsors for marketing. Now, what would Spotlight do with $100,000? Investment, I would invest into Meta, Google, and Microsoft. My personal budget would be living costs, growth, business, and travel. And my business would be paid ads, influencers, partnership, and content. The why. Why would I invest into these ones specifically? So starting off with Microsoft. The Azure cloud grew 40% in YOY. That means that it is very stable and perfect for me. Google. $400,000 billion in annual revenue. And lastly, Meta is AI-driven and social media, which is exactly what my app is. Oops. Budgeting plan. 50% would go into my needs, so food, housing, dance classes, and so on. 30% would go into my wants, which is eating out, entertainment, shopping, other hobbies, and 20% into my savings for future business plans and emergency fund and college. Introducing Spotlight. Spotlight is an app for artists to showcase their work, get discovers. Users create portfolios and select their art division. And the style of my app is a swiping style, so it makes everything simple and easy. The problem is that 2.1 million American artists are unemployed, and 21 are unemployed, and 49% of these have unstable gig employment. There's also a lack of centralized exposure for emerging talent and an inefficient and biased casting process. The solution is Spotlight. Spotlight reduces the amount of unemployed and unstable jobs in artists, discover diverse talent effectively with equal visibility, and dedicate professional discovery hubs with no other distractions. My value proposition. So Spotlight will provide artists with a fair and fast way to be seen and then later on employed. There's a 30-second to 1-minute photo or video for first impression, so it's super quick. Casting directors can say yes or no with just one swipe, and there are fair opportunities and better job stability. Underlying magic. I have 15 plus years in the arts and I'm only 16. AI-powered matching for perfect talent discovery, and there's a swiping casting style for instant connections. My target market, my demographic is obviously artists. My geographic, for now, is New York, LA, and Miami, but that will be international very soon. My psychographic, lifestyle, creative, interests, the arts. And my behavioral is when casting directors and jobs just need an artist, need a dancer, need a singer, need somebody. Broadway shows, how do you think they get that? KPI and channels. My key performance indicators are my number of my active artists and my number of casting users, and my marketing will be through social media, digital ads, and influencers. My cooking cost structure, this is a very, very summarized version. So my revenue is $10 a month for each artist to have their platform up. My CGOS is 50 cents per user, and my profit per user is $9.50. My fixed expenses are $6,000 monthly, including server hosting, marketing, office coworker space, and so on and so forth. And my break-even unit is 632 casting directors. My startup cost is $25,000 one time for app development, UI, UX design, and testing and QA. My name is Isa Walbright, the founder of Spotlight. Like I said, I have 15 plus years of experience in the arts, 4 plus years in leadership, and 4 plus years in social media and marketing. I am the social media manager of Movez. I was also part of Junior Achievers ex Shiseido. I manage the New World School of Arts dance account, and I also manage the New World School of Arts Christian Club account. I'm also an NHSDA member and a Dance Class of 2027 ambassador. Savings and educational growth. So I have a job at my local dance studio called Dancers Gallery. 25% goes into my wallet and 50% goes into my personal savings. These are the 3 clubs at New World that I am currently the officer of or plan to be, and I want to go to one of these 3 colleges and continue my dance education. Short-term and long-term goals, I definitely want to launch the MVP of the app. Short-term and long-term, I want to expand internationally and partner with all of the biggest art hubs that you see. Thank you. You can scan here to download. And any questions? Yeah.
Thank you, that was amazing. So we can clap first. What would be your verification process for both the artists and the scouting agent to avoid scamming?
So the artists, I do have a prototype. There were some images of my prototype up there. They have to upload their headshot, their resume, and portfolio stuff for their portfolio that the casting directors will see, and that will be run through by other professional artists that are already on the app and AI, just to make sure everything is legit. And as far as casting directors and jobs go, not everything has to be a big deal, but we will be looking through social medias, past jobs, past performances, things like that, just to make sure that everything is good. And that will be all done by the staff already on the app and AI.
You have on there your program staff, program support, $1,500. Is that one person doing that job, or is that several people?
Are you talking about my fixed expenses?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my several people, who's in the office, who's working different jobs, social media manager, tech developer, coder, things like that. That's all in that.
And maybe I missed this. So for casting directors and artists to get on the app, is there a cost to access it for them?
Yes.
What is that?
So this is for the casting directors. It costs $10 a month.
Got it, okay.
And then my break-even units is $632. And however, to be an artist, you have to pay $10 a month to have your portfolio up to be looked at.
So artists and casting directors pay the same amount.
Yes. I started losing track of my note cards.
Put this here. I'm so sorry. This is my prototype, so you guys can look at it.
These days.
They're back there. They're back.
Oh. Hello, everybody. My name is Maria Peroso, and this is Spinbox. Spin, collect, and support artists. So, what would I do with $100K? So, I would invest 25 to my investments, 50K to my business, and 25K to my personal budget. And for my investment allocations, I would use the 50-30-20 rule, with 50% going to my stocks, 30% going to my growth stocks, and 20% going to my growing stocks. I would invest in Apple, Microsoft, Johnson & Johnson, and Amazon. But why would I invest in these investments? Well, Apple is an established tech leader with strong brand loyalty, while Microsoft is dominant in business software and cloud services, and Amazon is a global e-commerce and cloud growth company, while Johnson & Johnson is fairly stable and is a low-risk healthcare investment. Now, did you know that streaming platforms pay less than a cent per stream? That's just insane. And more Gen Z people are buying vinyls and CDs again because they want that personal connection with vinyls and music. And over half these buyers can find good or special albums ever. And these artists need fair pay. Coming from an artist myself, we need this fair pay. That's why I created Spinbox. That's a monthly music experience where you get exclusive vinyls and CDs you can't stream, while getting fair pay goes directly to the creators. Collect, discover, support, all in one box that is sitting with you right there. But why would they like Spinbox? Well, for fans, it's exclusive vinyls and CDs you can't stream, and you get real connection with the artists you love. For artists, you get fair pay, no middleman, and get a new audience every month, for big and small. Oh. Sorry. So what makes my business special? Well, we have a cultural-driven curation. So it's based on pop culture and your lifestyle. And we want this brand to be an experience, not a product. So you decide what you want in the app. And we have a multi-tier product strategy, which means it's $45 to $90 depending on how many vinyls and CDs you would like. So for example, our most cheapest one, the one that's sitting with you right there, is $45 a month. Moving on, market and target market. So my market size is a multi-billion-dollar global market that's growing every year. And for our target audience, we ages 16 to 30, creatives and culture-driven consumers, and we're US-based with global digital reach. But we would love to expand later. We value identity, aesthetics, and exclusivity. Why would they need Spinbox? Customers want curated, meaningful products. Again, not mass-produced merch. And Spinbox turns music culture into collectible lifestyle experiences. Again, not a product. My KPIs and channels. How will we market to these people? So we would use loyalty rewards and monthly themes and share sneak peeks and fan posts. And for my purchases, we would purchase right on our app, and we would offer first box discounts and easy sign-up and clear pricing. For my retention, we use TikTok, Instagram to show unboxings and partner with small and big influencers and artists. Now, let's talk money. So for my startup fees will be $50K, and these are all the different subscriptions that you can get. And for my break-even point will be $32K. Moving on. Why am I qualified? Hi, again, I'm Maria Peroso with 3.4 GPA. I'm a sophomore at Newell School of the Arts. I have a knowledge of various genres. I'm an avid vinyl and CD collector, and I participated in community choir plus theater. So what are my future goals? So these are future scholarships I would like to apply to when I'm older. And for my education, I plan to get a bachelor's degree in vocal performance, most notably classical performance. And for my savings, I've recently opened a savings account with Bank of America to support my long-term financial goals. talking about goals, what are my short-term and long-term goals for this company? So for my short term, I want to partner with indie artists for exclusive vinyls you cannot stream anywhere, specifically for Spinbox, and collect customer feedback to improve the boxes. Maybe make it eco-friendly. You know what? And create a monthly email newsletter for updates, so they get every update they would like. If the artist makes a new album or a new CD, they can get all the updates. And for my long term, we hope to reach 1,000+ monthly subscribers while expanding to international shipping all around the world. And we would like to collaborate with major labels and festivals. Thank you so much, and feel free to scan my QR code for my prototype. Thank you so much.
So the music industry is a very cutthroat industry.
Yes, it's very hard, especially with streaming platforms. Not the same, because back in the day you could just sell a vinyl in the street and people would buy and they would listen to all your album. But now with TikTok and streaming platforms, you get like one chunk of the song, and then you have to make a hook. And now songs are getting even shorter because of that. So I really want to give people more of a curating experience where they can, like just connect to music.
How do you incorporate your finding of these CDs and vinyls? Are you going to collaborate with like a record store?
Yes.
What do you think that looks
So
like?
for my long-term goals, I do want to collaborate with vinyl stores, so then they can be specifically really close to you. So maybe you can get it if you need a quick gift, or you just want a quick vinyl that you really like, or get it like as quickly as it comes out. You can order it, and the record label sends it directly to you with a Spinbox.
So just talk to me about where are you going to get the actual vinyls and the CDs?
Okay, so artists, to get the vinyls, they go to vinyl pressing stores, or they go with companies that make these vinyls. So my long-term goals is to collaborate with these and make the vinyls that we're gonna sell. There's also inventory people who sell these types of vinyls for relatively cheap.
And vinyls itself can be very expensive. Me, myself as a vinyl collector,
Yes.
right? I bought a Frank's National vinyl for like $30, right?
Yes.
The guy's not even around anymore. Crazy.
And now that Gen Z are buying more vinyls, it's going to be more expensive. So I really do want to take advantage of that vinyls have become so popular again to really skyrocket that with Spinbox. So yeah, they're around like $30 to $50 now. I bought one recently that was $50. That's not good. But with Spinbox, it'll be like, for example, a vinyl and a CD for $45. That is quite a good deal. So I do feel like I want it to be also affordable for people, for it to be accessible to.
So like, I guess my question is like, if somebody trying to, really interested in your business and said, yo, I really need a vinyl and a CD, would you be looking into used vinyls as well, where you can go and collaborate
Yes.
with the local, like 1-800 Luck in Winwood? They have all these used vinyls for a very discounted price that they would love to get rid of.
Yes, I would love to incorporate that for Spinbox. That's a good thing to look at as well, to incorporate used vinyls, because also like the ecosystem as well. Like I really want to make Spinbox also eco-friendly as well. So thank you so much. I'll definitely be looking into that too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Alright, so we're missing my logo, but that's okay, we're just gonna roll with it. Hi guys, my name's Elizabeth and I'm the creator and founder of Lawline. Now, if I had $100,000, I would put 25% into my investment, 50% into my personal budget, and another 25% into my business. For my investment allocation, I put 50% into dividend stocks, I put 30% to growth stocks, and 20% into actively growing stocks. Here I have my investment rationale. I put into Apple because of their strong ecosystem and high margin services. I put into Microsoft because they have a dominant position in AI right now, which is actively growing. And also invest in Kimberly-Clark and Johnson & Johnson because they're both essential household items and both are commonly used. And AT&T because it gets used absolutely everywhere. For my budgeting plan, I would put 50% into my needs, 30% into my wants, and 20% into savings and debts. No logo again, but that's fine, we're just gonna roll with it. So I have a question for everyone in the room. Who in here would say that they can defend and that they know their laws and rights that get used every single day? Yeah, but
Other than that, no one else in the room raised their hands. That's where Lawline comes in. When I looked at figuring out how to learn about my laws and my rights, every single option on the market was expensive or it was just flat out boring. So that's why Lawline exists now. The problem that I saw was an education in youth and adults about their laws and rights. Again, that's where Lawline comes in. So my value proposition is I have a variety of different learning methods to cater to a bunch of different audiences and a bunch of different ways that people learn. I also have street features that keep people coming back. So I pulled a little page out of Duolingo's book and they keep people coming back through that. So that keeps students engaged and actively coming back. And then I also have a current events tab that's powered by AI and it pulls information directly from DOJ.gov and SupremeCourt.gov, which are both very reliable. My secret sauce is again my current events tab and our streak feature that help boost our app. So my market research and my target market. My market research shows that less and less people are knowing about their laws and their rights, and my target market would be anyone who's willing to learn, but specifically high school students and young adults. My KPI on my channels, my KPI indicators would be active users and sales of the app on Google Play and the App Store. My marketing channels would be partnering with different schools or partnering with social media influencers to just really push Lawline out there as a whole. My cost structure and my selling price would be a one-time flat fee of $6.99, which would get paid off on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. My personal salary would range depending on how well the app is doing. And my break-even point would be 4,930 units. My qualifications. I'm an invitee to a Stanford Law program. I'm the founder and president of National Speech and Debate here at New World. I'm a current business CTE holder, and I have a 4.35 plus GPA and over 100 community service hours, so I'm very active within our school. My savings account, I've had a savings account for over 5 years with Justice Federal Credit Union. I'm a Florida prepaid holder, and I'm a Florida Bright Futures candidate. For my educational plans, I'm a future law student and an intended political science major, and I'm also looking into different pre-law tracks. My short-term and my long-term goals. My short-term goals, I'd love to launch Lawline by the time I graduate high school, and I'd love to reach 5,000 users in a year. For my long-term goals, I'd love to promote Lawline out and make it a bar prep, because bar prep is something else that's just so expensive, and it just doesn't have to be. And I'd also like to grow Lawline to over 100,000 users. This closing slide is done, but I'm just going to have all the judges pull out their phones, and if you scan this, you can actually play around with Lawline and use the prototype.
Let's see.
Does anyone have any questions?
What was the age drop again?
So right now I'm looking at mainly high schoolers to young adults, just because a lot of high schoolers are already learning a lot, so they're more susceptible to learning, and it's also working out well for partnering with schools in the future.
I think you're doing something injustice with the age cap. My personal experience, I mean, we have adults that are doing police academies, trainings, volunteer work, and even adults in general on public are my age, 30 years old, right? Very ignorant to how the law works, what it is, what can they do with the police law, why are they being violated. We got people in justice and now being arrested for wrongful things, right? I think if you can incorporate this in police academies, right?
Absolutely.
You know, we're working with AI, which I think is a terrible thing. You work with instead of working with AI, you work with a smart app like this that's giving you facts instead of AI generated stuff, right? It's like the other lady said, if you really trust AI like that, I really don't. What's the fact check with the AI? Because you can't really fact check it, right? That's to do more than your research. I think don't put a cap on your age and try to partner a lot of like criminal justice cases like police departments, academies, high schools, elementary, people that, you know, I think everybody could benefit from something like that.
You and I had spoken about that, and I definitely want to look into that. I think that's a brilliant idea. Thank you for that.
I was just gonna say, my mom, she works at the training bureau, and she works in firearms, but she tells me stories about how much these people don't know and they're actually in the academy and they just don't pay attention. So I feel like this would, it would be really useful for people like that. Like that's definitely a
Come on, Elizabeth.
Start where you want.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Gianna Packnins, and this is my business Cosmos, your pop culture universe. So, what would I do with $100,000? I would allocate it between 3 areas: business, investment, and personal budget. Investment $25K, personal budget $50K, and business $25K. These are the stocks that I would choose to help support my business: Apple 25%, Nvidia, Amazon, Lenovo, Google, and Microsoft. So I chose these stocks because Nvidia and Microsoft, they run the world's AI. Amazon and Google, they own the cloud where all data is stored and managed. Apple, they bring AI to the average person's cell phone. And GE Vernova is our smart move because they build the power grid to provide all AI. Here's my budgeting plan: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt. And now for my business, Cosmo, your pop culture universe. I'm Gianna, the creator and founder of Cosmo. So Cosmo is an app that is the ultimate digital dashboard for the modern fan, no matter what your pop culture fandom is. So what's the problem? I realize that fans are always scattered, there's unverified news, and there's constant switching between multiple apps. Say I want to look for something that I'm interested in, I have to go through TikTok, Instagram, Safari, and that can get really annoying. So I decided to create an all-in-one dashboard for all of your fans with a trusted fandom hub with verified news. My unique value proposition is that we have a personalized all-in-one fan hub, curated news, exclusive fan games, and more, and we have a freemium model, and you can connect with other fans and friends. Here's my secret sauce, the lore verification engine. So I created the lore verification engine because I thought that it would be a good idea it's only right to give fans verified news. So how it works is that our unique AI system is built using only confirmed facts from approved sources. When you post, the AI automatically compares it and checks to verify using those official facts. Then posts are tagged verified lore or a community theory, so fans always know what is real and what is a rumor. Here's my target market. We do mainly North America, US, and Canada. They spend frequently small to moderate purchases, primarily Gen Z and millennials, ages 16 to 34, somewhat frequently on social media. Here's my marketing plan. You would purchase it through the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. We would gain retention from influencer partnerships, social media campaigns, and brand partnerships. Here's my cooking cost structure. Our total startup fee is $15,000. App development, marketing, and licensing are all $5,000 each. Our staff and labor is 50 cents per unit, distribution and delivery $1 per unit, cloud hosting $300, marketing $1,000, and tech support $200. Our selling price for subscription is $299, contribution margin $149, break-even point is 10,067 units, and our total variable cost is $150. So here are my qualifications. I have deep expertise across multiple fandoms. I have firsthand consumer knowledge and perspective, and I am the target market. I have a 3.8 unweighted GPA. I have multiple experienced business mentors. I'm a dancer at New World School of the Arts. I'm a member of Student Council, National Honor Society, and National Dance Honor Society. And I have social media expertise because I am also one of the social media, social media managers of Movez. And I am also a social media manager of a music record label titled Lover Girl Music Group. So I have 2+ years of a savings account, planning to major in marketing in college to strengthen my strategic expertise, and I'm actively identifying academic scholarships that support future marketing students. Some of my short-term goals include successfully launching Cosmo to the Apple App Store and Google Play Store, gaining 50,000 active users through strategic TikTok influencer partnerships, and achieve our 1-year sales goal of $50,000 through our early subscription and affiliate purchases. My long-term goals include growing the Cosmo community to over 1 million active users worldwide, becoming the go-to marketing partner for major studios like Disney, Marvel, etc., and move from a startup model to a fully profitable organization with a diversified revenue stream. Thank you. And if you scan up here, that is the prototype of my app.
Can you, go back to the problem and solution? I just, so I know your target audience is younger, young
Yes.
adults that are very much engaged with social media
And entertainment, yes.
entertainment. And so when you, the hub itself is focused on what type of fandom, like what type of artists, about celebrities, is it general or how
Yeah,
is that?
so it basically is general, like it's mostly just movies, TV shows, sports, music, celebrities, gaming, and whatnot. So we have like already pre-created hubs, if that makes sense,
Okay.
but there's also a feature where you can add a hub, so like let's say you like, I don't know, are you a fan of anything that's like niche? Sorry, that's like putting the spot on you.
I like many things.
Okay.
Use dance, for example.
Well,
Ballet, the ballet.
okay, see,
The
I
Royal
don't know.
Ballet.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you would put like the Royal Ballet,
Yeah,
and that's like your specific niche, so like you can create your own
yeah.
in case like it's not there, but it mostly just touches on movies, TV shows, sports, like the basics.
Okay. So it will pull in any sort of like social media stories,
Yes.
news stories, videos on YouTube, things
Yeah.
like that.
And
Okay.
we also have affiliate purchasing, so like you could buy tickets to the Royal Ballet from here.
Got it, okay. Okay.
Is your goal to like kind of run off the other like Instagram pages, like, I mean, I'm a big sports guy, right? I watch sports all day, like, if it's available.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that bothers me is I have to follow 9 different pages, like ESPN, ESPNU, ESPN College.
Yeah.
Like, is that your goal to eliminate all those other pages?
Yes,
to, like,
correct. So it would
cycle
just be on
one
one
program?
thing, yes.
What was the charge to the user again?
$2.99.
Per month.
Yes.
Age verification, if my niche is not appropriate for my children.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, different books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I see the, yes, they were
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't want my kids to know about the Lord.
Say no more.
Oh, I didn't think about that, but I will
Okay.
input that. That's a good idea, thank you.
Oh wait,
Is it me or Ruben?
oh wait, no, you go.
You roll?
What?
Okay.
I started to come back.
Can I just grab water?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Wait,
I'll get
Room temperature or cold?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's number 10.
Oh,
Maybe, how many sheets do they have?
We put more than we need.
Yeah, I have more.
Yeah.
I've done more.
Yeah. Remember we've been talking?
Yeah. Oh my god. Let me know when you're.
No, you start whenever you want.
Hello everybody, my name is Alyssa Costa. My business is Nourishful.net. Okay, so with my 100K, I will allocate 34K to my investments, 40K to my business, and 36K to my personal. My investment allocation, my companies of choice include Apple, Johnson & Johnson, and Microsoft. Apple will be my dividend stocks, 50% will be allocated to this category. My growth stocks will be Johnson & Johnson, 30% allocated to that category. And my growing stocks will be Microsoft, and 20% will be allocated to that category. And my investment rationale, my 3 reasons for choosing these companies. These companies are all well established.
These companies typically tend to be less volatile, and they all have a trend of growing slowly and steadily over time. So my budgeting plan, I've allotted myself $3,000 a month, and I use the 50-30-20 rule to break that up into my needs, savings, and wants, and you can see the further investment breakdown below. So my introduction, Nourishful Net is a health and wellness app built for people with medical or dietary conditions who feel excluded by traditional fitness platforms, and it combines meal tracking, expert review guidance, and condition-specific support to create a supportive space focused on overall well-being. So the problem, traditional fitness apps ignore medical and dietary needs, making many users feel excluded or unsupported. It makes their health feel insurmountable, something that they can't manage. And what Nourishful Net wants to do is provide a safe, condition-inclusive platform that combines gentle tracking with expert guidance and community support, mainly for people with chronic illness and dietary needs that aren't managed by their doctors or managed well by their doctors, something that they don't feel in tune with or are able to understand. Alright, so the value proposition. It's built for medical needs, not weight loss. While weight loss can still be a factor of it, the main focus is taking charge of your health. It's expert-backed guidance plus a safe community. And then it's a health tracking platform without shame or comparison. As many people know, and I myself know, that there are a lot of harmful things on social media now. A lot of eating disorder culture has kind of been resurfacing, and I want to make sure that we bring back a lot of empathy and compassion to our health. So our secret sauce. So our app plans to combine medical credibility with emotional community support, and we hope to design it for people with real health conditions, not generic dieters who use apps like MyFitnessPal. Alright, so the demographic is health-conscious young adults. Our psychographic is people who value wellness, inclusivity, and supportive communities. Our geographic is based in North America with eventually planning to expand globally. And then the behaviors that we're looking for are people who are busy but looking to build a sustainable relationship with their health. Alright, so my KPIs would be monthly active users, monthly growth in user subscription, and social media engagement. See how people react to the app and how well they plan to use it. So this is a basic cost structure. Essentially, the subscription is $20 a year with no ads. The fixed expenses, $25 a year. This goes to different things. Our break even is 2,500 users, and the startup cost would be $20,000. And my qualifications, I have a 4.5 GPA. I am committed to UCF in a chemistry undergrad to get my bachelor's in science. I'm a peer health educator. We go around Miami teaching freshmen. I am PCOS diagnosed, so I deal with things that impact my health. And I have a passion for the advocacy of chronic illness awareness. A lot of people in my family suffer from chronic illness. My educational growth, after the completion of my Bachelor's of Science degree, I plan to go to medical school with hopes of hopefully becoming a obstetrics and gynecologist doctor to bring more empathy and compassion to healthcare. So my goals, business and personal, become well established on social media, make lasting academic connections in college, expand to markets in other countries, and pursue a successful career in medicine and assert myself. And yeah, this is my email. These are some times that you can contact me and any questions.
What was the cost again for the app?
$20 a year. So there's like a freemium version of it where you can access certain parts of the app a certain amount of times a day, and if you want to bypass that usage limit, then you would buy the subscription, and that gives you access to the app for an entire year. And also there would be some in-app purchases for like cosmetic items to decorate your profiles, because we're combining social media and health tracking. So it's essentially a big communal platform for people with specific needs that aren't being met on typical platforms like TikTok and Instagram. We want to connect with people with similar issues, and yeah, just creating a platform for people that they don't really have now.
So these people interact among each other, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So think of like MyFitnessPal, but for people with chronic disease, and then like adding TikTok to it. So like boom, and then you have like maybe like a forum option, like Tumblr and apps like that. Yeah.
Have you thought about, I know you mentioned it was $20 no ads, but in order to boost kind of like your revenue potential, have you thought about working with, I don't know, like certain supplements?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or brands or you know, things like that that you can make easily accessible to the users in the app. It's not necessarily an ad, but, you know.
Yeah, but like a partnership with the app.
Yeah,
Like,
some
hey,
sort
we
of
collaborate with
partnerships.
like, yeah.
Or to healthcare providers.
Yeah, that's something I do plan on doing, partnering with healthcare providers. I've spoken to my doctors and they all agree that they would find themselves participating in a platform like this. And they think it could be helpful. Yeah.
Okay, there's one more. So let's, you guys are on number 9.
It's just a connection thing. This show's not working.
Okay, so
One side is getting there. It's getting there, guys. Yeah, it's just like a Wi-Fi thing. The Wi-Fi router's not great. Loads, we got this, guys. Don't worry. Yes, it's loud.
I don't need to read it.
Yeah.
Close some of the other windows, maybe?
okay.
3 slides.
Oh,
Better to actually just.
They're trying to stop money move, right?
yeah. They don't want you to move, okay? Like they're trying to do us.
Can you get a little bit there, okay?
Hey, let's go. Making moves.
Get somewhere. Okay, we got that. Perfect. Okay, we have it running.
Hey.
Hello everybody, my name is Isabel Kratz, and this is my app, Bella Voce, also known as Beautiful Voice in Italian. So, my investment allocation overview. I would invest 45K into my business, 40K into investments, and 15K into my personal budget. This is just my investment allocation. I'll go more into that on the next slides. So, my investment rationale. I would invest into Vanguard for long-term compounding growth, a Roth IRA for tax-free growth, Apple for reliable cash flow, NASDAQ for high-growth technology, ICLN for sustainability-driven growth, and high-yield savings/treasuries for immediate liquidity of my money. My budgeting plan. So I would follow the 50-30-20 rule for 50% in my needs, 30% in my wants, and 20% in my savings. This is just kind of an example of how that would look given my 15K personal budget. Introduction. What is Bella Voce? So, Bella Voce is a singing app that can help vocalists better themselves in their voice, and it brings ENTs, teachers, as well as AI to help power this growth in a singer. And basically, with my app, you can help with your technique, you can track your progress, and it's overall just very helpful and convenient for somebody on the go trying to get to an audition or something. Problem solution. So,
Did you know that a voice lesson costs around $50 to $90 per hour? As well as 3.6 million schools in America have zero access to music education or have poorly funded music education. Well, my solution is Bella Voce. Value proposition. Why me? Why Bella Voce? So, it is personalized for every single user that uses it, and it has connections to experts, not just AI. It's also affordable as well as accessible. My secret sauce, what makes this unique? So, it is made by a singer for singers. I have 8+ years of voice experience. It is the only app I have checked combining AI, ENTs, and voice teachers, and it offers training in all genres. It also has vocal health tips at a low cost for the clientele. Target market. So right now I put the Miami arts market, but I would hope to grow it in the future. And the audience is all singers. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner, if you're a pro. It's just useful for anybody who wants to sing, especially because of how inaccessible it is to people that may want to try out or may want to do something in the arts. KPIs and channels, how we measure success. So, I would measure success from user growth and active users, as well as my free to premium conversions, and also lesson bookings and engagement. More on how that works, basically, a person can get the subscription for $15 per month, and how it works is they have access to teachers and ENTs where they can book with them, and through this booking, the teachers also gain their own revenue as well. It's not just the $15 per month, they have their own rates and whatnot on the app, so it also helps push the voice teachers and the ENTs out into a broader market. And then marketing channels, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and as well as school partnerships with maybe conservatories or music programs. Cooking cost structure. So it is $15 per month, and my contribution margin is $5. Our break-even units is 495 subscriptions. These are my startup costs, which is a total of $2,222. These are my operating costs, including fixed and variable costs. My team of qualifications. So, my name is Isabel Pratt. I have 8+ years of voice lessons in both musical theater and vocal classical. I'm a choir singer / vocalist here at New World School of the Arts. I have a passion for vocal health. I'm an active performer and an aspiring opera singer. I have 255 service hours all in music. I'm a hip pure health educator. I have a 4.85 GPA. I have taken 6 APs, 5 dual enrollments. I have a list of all the clubs I'm in, which is a lot. I go to choir outside of school, and that's me. So, savings account. I would open a savings account with Bank of America. These are the scholarships I would want, and I want a vocal performance and business bachelor's as well as master's. Long term, launch Bella Voce, grow user base. Long term, expand Bella Voce, and hopefully open a music conservatory in the future. Thank you, this is us. If you want, this is like, you can scan here. This is also our Instagram handle, and just contact me, like, if you want.
So before a user signs up and connects with, say, a music teacher for voice lesson, do you have any information in terms of what that voice, what that teacher would charge that individual?
Yes. So in my prototype, can I open this website here? I think it will.
No.
I can do it.
I'm so sorry. Because that might like help, because it'll show like how it works. Basically, when you open the website, okay, perfect. This is my homepage. Can you click the app part? App tabs. So this is kind of an interactive prototype right here, and just kind of scroll a little on the app, and then yeah. So basically, it's not really showing up. However, there are multiple tabs into my prototype, and one of the tabs shows like the bookings, like the ENTs and the teachers, and it'll give like a basic what their specialty is. So if they're their specialties in classical voice, or if they're jazz or musical theater, it'll show what they're specialized in, as well as their rates and what times they can book, what days they're available, all of that, as well as for ENTs as well.
So am I getting a discount if I use your app as opposed to just going directly to them, or what is the advantage for me not to go directly to them?
Okay, so the advantage is
a lot of the time it's really hard to make your way to a voice teacher. Let's say you live really up north in Miami and your voice teacher is all the way down south in like Homestead, right? It makes it easily inaccessible because if let's say a teacher originally charges like $80, you have to take that drive all the way down, pay that $80, where you can pay your $15 fee, and a lot of the time the teachers, the range for their lessons are around half of the price. Let's say originally like 90, half of that. It'll be like 45 instead, which helps them make money as well as me make money with them platforming on my app.
So you would be partnering with the music?
Yes, they basically pay me to be on the app to promote themselves, because it's also very hard for them to promote themselves in an ever-growing like arts market. So ENTs and teachers pay to be on my app, and then they get their own revenue, but I also make revenue off of them.
So are you taking a cut of the lessons that are being booked through your app, or they're just paying sort of like a one-time, like a monthly fee to be on that app?
Okay. They pay a monthly fee. However, I take around 10% of their lesson revenue for myself, and they get basically the rest because they are actively paying. And I feel like even though it is a cheaper cost for booking for them, it is still necessary for them to still make their money, because it's very hard to survive out there as an artist.
Wow, that was amazing. Now you guys have the hardest job now to figure out who's going to be on top. Now, I want to say there's two gentlemen in the room that I wanted them to have the opportunity to be here to kind of like see. We had to select the top 10 to present, and I wanted them to at least have the opportunity to share, give us a 30-second pitch of your idea, but they're not part of the full competition. So if you guys can just, where you at, just 30-second pitch, tell us, introduce yourself, senior in high school.
Okay.
Yes. Very good.
Hello, my name is Luca Lander. I created a wellness app catered to artists called You. So basically, it's a wellness app that connects you with nutritionists and plans that cater to the schedule of an artist. So it can be movement plans, breath work, meal plans. Kind of think of it like you have an audition day. I'll have like a preppable breakfast for you to take on the go, and breath work in order to calm your nerves, and then maybe light movement afterwards, or stretching if you're a musician and you're rehearsing all day, a stretch after a dance class. So it's really just a way to remind yourself as an artist that you need to take care of yourself and care as much for yourself as you do for your art.
So hi, my name is Leo Valencia. My app is Breathe Easy. It's a mental wellness app that helps you manage your stress and anxiety. It has mascots that are very friendly and kind of help you guide through that stress. It has helpful features like a log. It helps you track your symptoms, and then it helps you predict when you'll have an anxiety attack, and also it connects to your smartwatch. And it has features like a panic mode, so when it opens, it instantly helps you calm down, and it senses that you're having a panic attack. And yeah.
Hi, my name is Kylan Salzer, and my app is Nourish Forever. So basically, in I believe it was like 2024, my dad was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and along his journey, which was obviously very difficult, he encountered many hospital visits, emergency room visits, and one specific one that I remember is he was rushed to the hospital, and they did obviously an exam because he was vomiting, and they gave him anti-nausea medication, but they didn't really know what else to do with him. They saw the symptoms and they knew that he had cancer, but they didn't know what was wrong. And before, my dad had scans of his lower body, and my mom, with her previous medical history and knowledge, knew that it was more than just, okay, he needs anti-nausea. She knew there was something more going on. And my sister and I experienced her asking the doctor so many questions. One being, can we please get a scan of his brain, of his head? And later in the day, they found 4 brain tumors in his head, and they found out if my mom didn't ask for the scan of his head, he would have probably passed away in the next week. So going through the experience with my whole family, I realized in a lot of different situations, other situations that happened that were fatal for my dad, the reason that he was saved was because my mom knew what to ask. And my mom did the research and she knew the symptoms, but a lot of people don't have that. And a lot of people go in super stressed to their appointments and they don't know what to do. So my app it doesn't give you the answers because, again, AI is like not very reliable, but you go in and you put in your symptoms and it gives you questions to ask doctors so they can participate. And a lot of the questions that my mom asked, the doctors didn't know the answers to because they weren't expecting her to ask them because they were so professionally coordinated with her background. So it would just help patients and it would also help doctors so they can help each other out.
I wish we could have all of them. But again, thank you so much for sharing that. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna switch gears. I'm gonna have the students, you're gonna step outside, the restroom, and we're gonna have a discussion for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna take a break and call you back.
It's Bears. It's Bears. Mr. Bears. It's Bears. Let me just leave this here.
Yeah. Oh my God, they were looking for you, and I said you weren't here, because I think the students were covering. Yeah. No, they saw me. Oh, okay, because then Annabella and Jesus came in, they're like, oh, where is she? I'm like, I don't know. And you were really kidding this whole time.
Still, you're not gonna see it, and then we'll check and see.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so funny. I'm like, oh, she's not here.
What's your ideal, what are you looking for in terms of who would be the winner? Like, is it somebody that you see them like actually growing, creating, some of them have created it already? When you think about the winner, what comes to mind?
I think someone who's able to articulate and maybe compete on a national level, because usually those competitions are, you identify kids who are passionate and then they have more time to develop.
Yeah.
So once we find a kid that has a drive, we can then partner them, with different business owners to help them get to the next level. And also if the business is unique, it solves a problem,
Stand out.
Which one is that? Yeah, that was good too.
Business life insurance alone, adults, juveniles, teenagers.
Then you see it actually being
This department I didn't know until I got in. I'm going on 10 years next month. And man, they bring all these subcontractors in for the cameras, GPSs. So a lot of civilians come in here and they teach us a lot more than you guys think the academy is teaching out for sure. So I mean, educational wise, knowledge wise, I mean, educational wise, I think it's that's got to be huge.
I have my list.
What? Yes, let's start with this.
So I put task app first because I think she was the most clear, compelling, concise in the delivery, and I also think it solves a really important problem, so in general society, which is kids having just uninhibited access to devices and all that stuff. And so I think it's a very marketable solution to a very widespread problem.
What's the name of that business?
Task app. It's the one that they download that. Yes, and it puts the limits on the, they have to do a reading exercise or a math exercise in order to get access to.
And there's opportunity to grow there too.
Yes.
My kids are always waiting for Minecraft time, I give them my craft time and they can unlock it through.
So it's like learning and then you get your fun.
Yeah, that was one of my top ones as well, it's very clear, very concise.
I like it, but at the end, we still feel that we're encouraging kids to still be on the app.
Yeah. I wonder if she could connect with the school district, like you have to have IXL and Reflex and all those things on there. So that they can accomplish their homework tasks through Task App to then unlock, because this is enough, like my kids have too much computer work to do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My son woke up at 6 a.m. to do his IXLs, and he has Reflex, iReady, Amira, now they're doing the language one.
Yeah, so they give them more opportunity to have more
To
access.
add to what they already have on their task list.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like the line as well, because I feel that people now were tending to go to AI for everything, and at least if this is at least more focused on a more serious subject. You wanna make sure that it's accurate. And like you said, just having the opportunity of teenagers get familiarized with the rights, specific corporations, or, like you mentioned, the police, the fire, workers. So I like that one, and trust fund. I think this information in the AI is so much.
Yeah, that was
that
my
I
number two.
really- That was my number one trust point, because I truly believe, and the reason I asked why she capped at 16
Yeah, I agree.
is because I'm concerned that we're getting all this, my parents, all this, and they're trusting these sources that maybe younger people can
Yeah.
identify that it's created by AI or that it's fake
That older
news.
generations cannot.
But the older generations, they just buy it, so that's what, to me, that was my number one.
Trust was the verified, right?
Yeah,
She-
like the news that are verified.
That was my
I
number
think
two, I
she
think.
could also be, I told her this, that she would probably be purchased from a big conglomerate that would want that verification, like you have to verify if it's AI now. She would probably be purchased by a big company.
There's already an app that's kind of like that, which is why I put it at number two. I was just talking about this with a coworker last week, but it's not widely known, it's still like being built out.
You should put that in the feedback. I like the Bella Voce, because it's very niche and doesn't exist. And she did that research already.
Yeah.
And I like that it doesn't exist and I feel like the arts is,
Only one.
yeah, so I think the more opportunity that exists for these artists to have the opportunity to grow, and then she could work with the young man that does the prepping for the auditions, and there's, if she can have a singing warm-up that he could put on his app to prepare for the auditions, that would be cool.
The only thing I think she sold herself short on the presentation, because she gave me a 2-minute presentation over here.
Yeah,
It was
she was
huge.
great.
She showed me how the app for her prototype can go ahead and you talk into the mic and it tells you which vocals are being used,
That's cool.
how much it warmed up, what other ones are still cold. She was showing me a whole different world of
Oh, so it's
vocals.
much more than what
Well,
she
she
Yeah.
had a hard
A lot
time
bigger.
setting up, and that probably gave her a little bit of nervous,
It was a lot bigger than what she showed us.
Yeah.
Because I really, I enjoyed what she showed me over there, because my concern with what I saw here is just the connection between the music teachers and them not only paying for the app, but then also taking
That was
a cut
why I
from
asked her
there.
about
And I don't know if that's necessarily a very realistic way to look at that industry, especially just given the economic landscape that we're in. So I'm just encouraging her to, just kind of do a little bit more research, and maybe there's a little bit more of an added value that they can get, for the first year, so that they can kind of test it out, see, and what is the marketing and the social media plan behind making sure that they get the value that they need. Because I wouldn't want to pay for something and then also lose in my consultation.
That's why I asked her about that, and I put it in my comments, kind of reconsider if this is a viable, cost structure for the providers on the app.
But I just like the point that actually, you know, if you wanna start singing, and, you know, this app is just giving you a little bit of feedback before just engaging in a $90 class. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not even wanna know if I'm gonna be a,
Right.
so I like it, I like it too.
Spinbox, a lot of potential. However, we have Apple Music, Spotify, we have Tidal, all these different platforms that are already being used. Unless you're an active, CD vinyl collector, I think if you partner with the right people, maybe, she has a good takeoff. Because if you go anywhere else, there's a place in Wynwood, you can get a used vinyl $5-10, right?
Yeah.
Now, they also sell CDs and cassettes if that's your style as well, $3 to $5. The fact that you have an option to after you get one every month for, I don't think it's a bad price.
It's about 45, right?
$45. Now, if you partner with another subscription box, maybe I think it's a good thing, but I think it's kind of high.
As a start, to work
Yeah.
with another.
What I like about that business is that it was very curated,
Mhm.
you know, it's
Very
like,
curated.
So,
Are you here to make it,
Help us out a little bit, give us a lifeline. Okay,
number?
do we have are we in agreement with number one, which was,
Oh, I thought we would all just
Oh,
put
we
our
took
own
the
scores and then you guys
Oh,
add it up.
Yeah, what you
Yeah.
do, just pick
Yeah.
your 1, 2,
Oh.
and 3
One, two, and three,
on
okay.
that sheet.
Okay.
we don't
And
have
then-
another one with this, right?
You want like a final score?
Yeah, yeah.
Or you want to just say number one?
So what if we have
Yeah.
ties?
Sure.
It's nice that I
Right here on the bottom, just put your,
Okay.
If we have ties, how does that work?
just put them, double them.
Yeah.
And then what we can do, we're gonna go across, and we realize that you got 1, 1, 1.
Yeah,
Alright.
I agree.
Okay, so-
So can I give you, I ranked them even though the score is tied. Can I give you my number one?
Yeah,
You can.
you
You could do
just
two
one
for
because
one
if
if
you
you
tie
think
it,
that's
what
what
I
you
just
want.
wear one.
Yeah, that makes
Spotlight was Isa.
Isa.
She
yes.
did
The green
With the dancer.
dancer.
the app that connects the dancers to Broadway.
Yeah, that was great.
Not Broadway, but
No, I think you guys are asking the perfect question, because these kids, eventually they go up against kids in New York, nationally, so having a physical prototype, which they all do, they solving a real problem. I know you mentioned about the issue with screen time, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
The arts piece was a good one too. The young lady with the spin box, her energy was good. There's opportunity there. But it's just, as you mentioned, might be a little tight.
And then question for you, what did you see regarding the distribution of the investments, you know, like
Yeah.
most of them, Microsoft, Apple.
Oh, I commented on all of those.
Yeah.
Like you
there's
guys.
I don't know if it's because they're art students
Yeah.
or what it is, but definitely when it comes to numbers, the cost and the investment allocation stuff, there's work to be improved.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because they're art students, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just that they haven't seen the hard costs, except some that did, who had the hard costs.
Yeah.
My number 3 was actually Nourish Walnut because I thought that was something that was, again, solving a very specific problem and doesn't really exist elsewhere. So like, sort of like nutrition considerations for people with very specific types of illnesses that have no other app or avenue or venue where they can easily access that information.
Another value I wrote it is that she's creating a forum for that specifically.
Yes.
So it's nice to talk to people
Yeah,
who
for that
are
community,
exactly
raising awareness. Yeah, that was my number 3.
Yeah.
The only thing that I thought was missing, and maybe that's just because in terms of, not a lot of legal fees or legal consultations
Yeah.
to make sure that all of their stuff is in alignment, especially with, the scammers and, just
Yeah.
different things like that. And then my number one thing is, being trademarked, to protect their intellectual property.
Yeah.
That's probably something that they can, that I don't know if there's an opportunity, do they get an opportunity
Yes, there's
to
an
make some
opportunity.
changes before they go?
Yes, there's an opportunity, we have an IP attorney,
Uh-huh.
comes in and work with them.
Uh-huh.
Her name legally came. She came
Oh,
in,
okay.
young lady, she's in Washington, she
Yeah.
formed this organization around the United States. And she comes in, she actually was the one who got me trademark.
Yeah, so I would say definitely that they should include that in there, because that might be something, once they get on the national stage, especially in New York, that, you know, protecting their intellectual
Yeah.
property.
Even down here, and capital of the world.
Right, right.
And the
Yeah.
ones that are dealing, like Nourishfulnet, that's dealing with, like personal information and
Yeah.
somewhat health related, making sure that there aren't any sort of HIPAA issues.
The only thing I was confused about, that one was, I mean, if particularly if I'm wrong, it kind of contradicts what the doctor says and what other people say, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of like, if the doctor's saying, yeah, she's saying like, if you get migraines, so you're not really finding out the focal reason why you're getting migraines, then we reach out to the community and see why they're getting migraines. Like, to me, you're kind of like going what the doctor says and then going based on what people say. So what information gives you that proper treatment to kind of, treat your stuff? Or do you got people that don't believe in doctors and are you taking kind of advice from like blind people? And it goes into
But
control.
I think that goes back to like your own judgment, like who
Yeah.
to follow and who to not.
Yeah.
So I think,
There has to be some sort of like disclaimer of we're not liable for this, then don't, of course, don't go against doctor's orders or consult your doctor before.
Do we have
And
a
that
1,
was-
2, 3?
I have one,
Okay.
and then you guys.
So let's start with, work over from bottom to top.
Oh,
Number
shoot, I
two is-
didn't do the bottom.
Well, okay.
What do you mean the bottom?
I just did
Who's
the
number
top.
three?
Oh,
Your third pick.
Yeah, okay, third.
My third is Nourishfulnet.
Number three, okay.
I have a tie between Tascap and Wellline.
Spotlight.
My third.
That's my second.
For number three.
For number 3, Bella.
oh my God, this is gonna be hard.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And, okay, so third place, anyone have Bella? Just one.
Bella too?
For three.
Oh, I got task.
Do you wanna just take the
Task.
points and add up the points and do it based on that?
Then we're back to square one because
Yeah.
none of us have the same third place.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what about,
Second.
second, let's take a look at second.
Task.
Taz,
I'm on spotlight.
I have trust fund.
I had trust point for number two.
I have Lowline, but I have Trust Point for number 1. So we can see.
Okay, so trust point looks like it's gonna be second.
Okay.
Number one is, I have Tascap.
I have Bella.
I got all mine.
So law line is 1.
Wellline, and then trust fund is 2.
Okay, and then the third one, Tascap.
Taz.
Everyone had
Tascap, because
Tascap.
everyone had Tascap.
Yeah, I got task.
And I think she's really good at presenting.
She's
Yes.
really good, yeah.
I think she was the most effective communicator,
Oh,
in my
okay.
opinion. For sure.
So, okay, so I have here, number 1, law line. Do we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, trust point.
I have spotlight.
No, regardless, like as a.
Yeah.
Which
Trust
one
point.
was that again?
Trust point?
Those are the names.
To verify your use.
Yeah. And then number 3 is Tascap.
Yeah.
Sahara. Online, what's Elizabeth, is her name?
Yeah, those are,
Yes.
Okay, so 1 law line, 2 trust point. Trust point is Nikki,
Mhm.
and Tascap is Sahara.
Johnson.
Okay, do we feel okay with those? Yeah? 1, 2, 3?
yeah.
Is there
Now,
any-
for one piece, all right?
Wow, honestly, the 3 of them like solved like really big issues today.
Yeah, it was tough too. That was tough.
We leave you these, no, right? For the-
Yes, to get the.
Do we fill this one
feedback.
out too?
Which one is that? The
Fill
one
this
to three?
is our
Which one?
This 4?
No, you can give that one. We're gonna give them back the feedback.
All right.
I'm gonna get this.
I'm gonna bring them in.
I'm gonna put this away, no?
Yes. Put that in, so.
And the voice ideas were excellent.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all great ideas. It's crazy.
What?
Like, their ideas is crazy.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, I know.
That age, I'm riding bike, riding scooters, playing ball, I'm like.
But if you really think about it, like half their ideas really point back to that. Like, I wanna play outside, I wanna play ball, I don't wanna be in the computer. Like, that's literally half of what they pitched. And a lot of them was like mental health and stuff, so.
And the
I think there's a common theme.
Want to welcome you guys back. Again, this is just the beginning. I think what you saw here today was the opportunity that you guys can really change the world. But the key sauce, the key ingredient is putting in the time, putting in the work. What you started out here today, your concept, is the beginning stage. In 5 years, it's going to turn into something totally different. And I've learned that, we've learned that from the Money Room tool. We started out one way and it changed, it evolved. But it only happens by believing in it and putting in the work. I want to tell you a quick little story about Mom. When I was a kid, I thought she had superpowers. Because we used to, in the Caribbean, we used to do the festivals. And I was a little kid. We went to the carnival. She says, she used to sell on the side street. And she said, you know what? I'm bringing umbrellas. Grabbed my hand, walked me to, I said, well, Mom, it's not going to rain with you. No, trust. So when it rains, everybody's going to come and go on my umbrella. Sun is out, shining. My mom walking around with me in the hot sun with umbrellas. All of a sudden, rain came. All the umbrellas sold out. And I say, the power of believing within, anything you could achieve. So you have to really put the time in and believe in it, and you shall achieve. On that note, Alejandro, come, I need your.
I'm always the bad guy.
We don't know. This is really tough. You guys are all winners. I mean, what I saw today, I've seen in many competitions in New York. We have a chance to go all the way to New York and compete on a big scale. Just a little tweaking, we should be good. On that note, judges, maybe you can share one quick thing from what you saw today before we get the awards ready, and we're going to call up our winners. Maybe one thing that you saw that you really liked, was blown away by.
I saw many things I was blown away by, but I thought it was really cool how you guys all focused on a problem that is very relevant, not only maybe for your age group, there were some that were more focused on your age group, but also for the broader society, and how to solve that problem, how to bring awareness to some of those issues, and you're thinking through, you know, your investments, your marketing plans, all that stuff is really important. Good job, everyone.
Of your passion and willingness to share with us and continue to grow and create something bigger than yourselves.
So I would say that if you're gonna start a business, that you should enjoy the process, because it shouldn't be like going to the dentist and getting your teeth pulled. So I can, in addition to your passion, I can see the enjoying of this whole process for you, no matter how hard it was, you know, and many hours that you probably had to put switching things, the enjoyment was there. So hold on to that no matter how, because there are gonna be some challenging times. So hold on to the enjoyment as well.
So congratulations to all. We were very impressed. So it was a very hard decision, but like Ray say, I think you guys are all winners. So it clearly shows that you have a passion for what you guys are creating, and stick to it. Because I feel that when you're working with something that you're passionate about, it's not work, it's just fun. And it's gonna open he said it, you know, you start with an idea and it might shift one way to the other or transform it into something else, but still set your goals, keep working hard, and just have the passion in it.
Yeah, no, I mean, they all took the words out of my mouth. I mean, you got two people here, very educated, very driven. I mean, I think you guys took your knowledge and experience and took, you guys ran with it. At your age, like the age gap that I'm around right now, I think when I was that age, I was doing nothing but playing ball, riding bike around the neighborhood. I didn't think about being, opening a business or doing something that could possibly change the world at all. I mean, I think you guys have a great head on your shoulders, a great drive. Like they said, you know, go ride this roller coaster, enjoy it, and yo, I mean, sky's the limit. You guys doing phenomenal work.
Thank you.
Now, we have to recognize some individuals that really went above and beyond with their prototype. And the judges mentioned Bella's prototype was amazing with the voice. Keys activation. Come on up, Bella. Great
Come
job.
on. Come on.
Oh, your tag.
Oh, my tag? Thank you. Two shots.
And this is also a photographer that's in training. She goes on major sets with us. We did a dance show, so she's learning all kinds of cool things out there.
I know that's right.
Yes, Camilo.
Our stock market winner, we actually do a stock market challenge in the class, and he's not here, but Wyatt was able to, he got 100,000 in virtual money. We traded, his account was now, you guys remember it? He's like 100.
I think he like doubled.
70 rounds, he went up like over,
He went up a lot.
he went up a lot.
17,000.
So Wyatt, we're gonna recognize him when we get back, but Wyatt played the game. Now Alejandro, you get the
Okay,
best
but
part.
I'm gonna need you guys' help because we need to hype up the room a little bit. Okay.
Oh.
Alright, so for third place, you guys all did amazing, but unfortunately we have to choose first, second, and third, and that's how life kind of works too. Trust me, we lost when we did our pitch, and some of you guys even trained us, so that's even worse. So for third place, the judges have decided on Sahara Johnson's.
Let's go! Come on, Sahara.
Yes, Sahara. Yes, Sahara.
Let's go theater.
Thank you.
Rap.
Okay, so second place, you ready?
Yeah.
In second place, we got Nikki with Trust Fund.
Yeah.
So the hardest one. I need a drum roll.
Okay.
Yes, for number one. Judges have decided, come on. Elizabeth Aaron de Lama. All right. Oh, this is yours now.
Thank you.
And as part of tradition, you already know.
Wait.
She
You got my phone. It's right there.
Wait.
Are you ready?
You
Now,
want to record?
congratulations, you get to press the money gun.
Ooh.
Now, be ready now, okay?
Oh my god, oh my god.
On three. 1, 2, 3.
She's making money move.
Money move. Money move. Congratulations.
Yeah. Wait. Hey, she got a swag bag.
Thank you.
And then second and third. Yeah. Now guys, this, again,
Yeah.
I wish we could give everyone, you guys are amazing. But as Alejandro said, we have to look into those now. And there were some key points and we could get the feedback also. But how is this is made possible? This is made possible by community. When the judges gave their speech in the beginning, a key word kept popping up, community. So when I say community, I wanted to share the support of Para for Education. We did a nonprofit to figure out how can we continue to sustain what we do. So we go out, we get support, we get funded, and that funding goes back into the kids. I would say 99% of the work that you see here is done behind the scene after hours. People like, Lab 22 that comes out and support us. The program with the community youth at the market. The gentleman that does the coffee. The work that you do in the film, and all those marketing, getting the kids to come out to those field trips. Again, thank you for what you do. So on that note, you all are winners. Let's continue to push. No one is a loser here because you made it here. Remember, it was out of how many kids? Almost 50 to 40 kids that presented. So we had to narrow it down to our tops. On that note, any questions before we close out?
Do we get to take a group
Yes,
picture?
that's coming up.
Come on.
And the winners, let's get the winners first, all the winners. Let's get a Oh, you have the wide, give the wide angle.
Yellow.
Let me give you the
Well,
wide.
not low.
That's not done.
So, look.
This is what you need. Come close.
Oh, look at that lens.
Can you get us all?
Yeah, this lens capture everybody.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, you made me one. Ready to sit down? Oh, no.
No, just let me get the wide.
Cool.
Stand tall. It's okay.
So hard, we love the money.
Keep it close to you. Ben, why are you moving animals?
So now come, follow me. This lens costs about $3,000. Guess what it's like?
I'm just a chill 2000. Just a chill 2000.
Look at it. Let's push it. So we have everybody that shot. So we can spread all the way out. So we can get, you got this whole line.
Oh, that's okay.
You good? Okay.
We're not so spread out. Here, there.
Way to go.
Hey.
I had.
They say when
Everybody now, everybody come on. One more big shout out.
She's like, oh wait.
It's on the photo.
There you go.
Do you want us to sit down with you?
Yeah, get put a chair. Bring the stool.
Probably.
We're gonna share when we get back. Do it live. Remember, you got your angle, you can get everybody to Zoom.
3, 2, 1.
I really never come up with them.
Oh, yes. To bring this, sorry, go ahead. If you let me know that you're there, you want to participate, I want this guy who was showing underwater product, he got a $5,000 grant. So everybody walked there, loved it, yeah, and we said, I'm going to you're underwater. So, yes, absolutely. Everybody, congratulations again. Say here, everyone of the participants, feel free.
No.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, they do it in the key.
Wait, do I get a key?
Hey, we make it move.
She's like,
Come on, Nicolette. Let's go. Let's go.
We got the quick we can clean up, we're gonna go out and get some food. Go out and sit down and eat a barrio, so we have a nice lunch. So I need everybody to help me break down. Is it free?
You guys go back to your.
I'm only going to chance.
Oh, that's funny.
Where did you go? There's a bunch of kickers. The instrument.
I'm like thinking about it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I do better on the That's actually kind of cool.
You don't want to?
Well, right now in April, because I asked my dad before I came here, I said, if I win, can I buy another Taylor Swift on CD? He said, win the money first, and then we'll talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. I sent him the video of me with the money gun, and he goes, wow, that's amazing. And I went, it's about that Taylor
Stop
CD.
dropping stuff down here.
Oh my god, you know what's coming? I'm gonna drop you. Oh my god, that smells so good.
As a friend? I'm gonna drop you first. No. That's what's not going to graduate.
No.